This look does go long and over the top to Foxcroft. This set, Brendan Gus picks up, goes into the in-goal area. Skinner try to keep up with him and links up out on the right-hand side of the field. Flicks it around behind the beer. Well, that is unbelievable. Tanika Tanamu plays it, fifth and final touch. Tanamu takes him on herself.
Well, it's round 3 of the Metro Cup season, and we've got Women's Premier action starting us off tonight. The 4-time defending champions UQ Rebels taking on the Gold Coast. That'll be followed by the Southern Store. And last year's Men's Premier champions, the Redlands Muddies. Scott McAllister and Doug Mackey in commentary for this one. Good evening, Doug.
Good evening, Scott. We've had some rotten weather this week in Brisbane, but fortunately it's cleared. And we're going to get some fantastic touch underway tonight. Yeah,
let's take a look at the team list for this evening, starting with our Women's Premier match. The UQ Rebels, as mentioned, last year's defending champs, gone 4 on the trot, looking for 5 straight premierships. Got a bit of Penrith Panthers about them. Their head coach, Renee Murphy, Alicia Thuard and Amy Fong over there as well. Another good lineup for them. They come into tonight's match. They had a draw against Redlands in the first round, 5-all. It was a better performance for them in round 2. They had a 6-1 win over the Colts. We'll take a look at the Gold Coast lineup for this evening as well. Impressive performance for them last week. They went down by 1 against Redlands, but really close contest. It was tied for the majority of it. Really strong performance from the Coast last week. They'll be looking to back that up again tonight.
Yeah, it's a young squad, but they've really come along in the last couple of seasons. And as you said, they really pushed for the win last week and hoping to go one better tonight.
Let's take a look at tonight's key player matchup. And we've got Kate Hammond from the UQ Rebels and Ella Watkins from the Coast. It's been some couple of months for Kate Hammond. She's been in the Australian Mixed Open team that went to the Trans-Tasman over in New Zealand. Played for the Australian Women's 20s team at the Youth Cup in Redcliffe. And backed it up with Queensland in the Mixed Open at the recent State of Origin series. And for Ella Watkins, she also played for Australia in the 18 Mixed at the Asia Pacific Youth Touch Cup. Also coming off the back of a Queensland Secondary Schools 18s team last year. She was fantastic for the Coast last week against Redlands in that match. Definitely a player to watch. Speed to burn out here tonight for the Coast.
Yeah, 2 rising players in this game featuring tonight. And Kate Hammond's really just come out of nowhere the last couple of seasons. And she's come through that UQ program, which has really worked hard on developing their junior players coming through the system. So, yeah, can't wait to see what Kate's got for us tonight.
Yeah, as mentioned, much better performance for the Coast last week. They had a pretty heavy loss in the first round, 7-0 against Storm, last year's runners-up. But like we said, much better performance. Actually lost on the hooter in last week's performance against Redlands. All smiles and laughs in the UQ box at the moment. Big shout out as well to Sammy Joe Love and Jaden Love. Little bub on the way announced recently as well. So exciting times for the Love. Plenty more room for more love on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, 3 officials tonight. I can just see them warming up on the side. We've got Brett Freshwater, Matt Lavery and Miriam Hunt. I'll just pause for the cheer from UQ. That was a loud one. And Miriam Hunt is our 3rd official kicking things off tonight.
I think that night's a TV game and they're right in front of the box. They gave it absolutely everything there, the Rebels.
Love to see that.
Hands in. Rick Donovan marching out to the field as we speak. And the Coast nice and calm, and they're making the UQ Rebels wait. A little bit of tactics. Jermaine Dayberg-Muir leading over in the coach's box again tonight for the Gold Coast. They'll head out to the field. Like I said, quite a bit of weather around in southeast Queensland, Brisbane during the week. No rain today, which was good to see. Might be a little bit slippery. It's a short surface here tonight. Nice conditions, though, sitting about 17 degrees.
Yeah, it'll be good to see Drum in the box over there. You can't ask for more experience than that. He's been at the top level for a long time now, and we've got one of the rising clubs against a team in UQ that has been very strong over a number of years, so let's see how they go.
Rebels tap to kick us off here for round 3. Storm and Redlands to follow in the men's tonight. Let's see how UQ go. Pretty stock standard way to start. They look to get Lucia now on the sweep. And she comes around. They'll come back and correct play the ball in the midfield.
Tricky one in these conditions. You've got to get nice and square, get your hips over the ball. It's going to be a little bit slick out there, so just a bit more composure and hit those 1%ers.
Watkins feeds it from half as the Coast march their way towards halfway. Now coming into the last touch is Robust. Looks for options. They turn the ball over on the 10-metre line. Files will play it. As the Rebels punch through the middle on the first couple of touches. Now they look to shift. A bit more intent in this second set, but Murphy has to hold it up momentarily, waiting for Donovan and Hammond to come onto the field. Here is Hammond. Good hands there from Donovan to hold into it. Last touch, Bryce, footwork just a little bit too low for Hammond to pick that one up.
Yeah, that's a direct result of that slowdown in the box. They just had to hold up, allowing the Gold Coast to get that defensive shape. That was nicely done from the Coast.
Now working for metres down their sideline. Robust will play it on the 10. Watkins comes out, gives a bit of punch from the box, and it looks like the ball's hit the deck there.
Nice call there from referee Freshwater. Strong touch, but I think he got that one right. Gold Coast just losing that ball.
And again, we see the Rebels go nice and direct on the first 2 touches. A bit cleaner coming out of the box this time around. Smith outside the 7 plays it. Ashurst looks at options and a nice defensive read from outside from Chloe Watt.
That was a really nice cover there from Chloe Watt. You could see what was going to happen. They were going to send that ball back on the inside, and she shut just at the right time.
They need to be a little bit cleaner around this transition here, the Coast. They get their players flying around the back. As Robust picks up. She was great last week as well for the Coast. Another play to watch here for the GC. So let's see how the Rebels go here to start. Like we said, last 2 sets they've gone punch through the middle, and they're starting with this little spitter play on the first touch. This time they shifted a little earlier. As it comes out to Murphy, ball rolling around in the play the ball.
Well, lucky to get away with that one.
Good contact there on Donovan. And again, Robust follows it up.
Strong.
And forces the mistake as well. Great defence. Michaeli Robust, they went back-to-back touches there. They're up for it again, and this is what really stood out for the Gold Coast team last week, that defence. They were being physical, and it really disrupted Redlands, and it worked again there for the Rebels in that set.
Being really physical and testing those boundaries of what the referees will accept, and again, Matt Lavery's happy with that one, so it's going both ways now. Just testing that line, and if you can get away with it, well, why not?
And a good contact again coming into the last. It's not a bad set so far in the lead up there. The Rebels will tap. Now through the hands, Bryce feeds it. Space to work with down the right-hand side. Back inside to Tiani Bryce. Nice footy there from the Rebels. Changes onto the park. As Murphy plays it. Hammond calls for it back. Hammond again, this time skips out in front. It was a great diving effort to reel it in. Come out of the hands forward.
They're going to bring it back here, the referees, but they had the right idea there, UQ, and that came off the back of a much better drive set.
Coast now from the tap restart. That's what goes forward again. Decent contact on Medved. Watkins picks up, looks to go across field. Murphy's there in cover to make the touch as the pass is thrown. Nice tight contest to start this one.
There's a strong touch there in that set from Caitlin Blade, I believe, on the wing. She doesn't mind a strong touch, and it just slowed down the Gold Coast enough to let them reset. So again, we're seeing those physical touches, and it's going to be interesting to see how the referees patrol that for the rest of the game.
Clarkson tries to straighten them up, coming into the last. Ashurst feeds it to Fildes. Couldn't get that extra pass across to Atkins.
Yeah, defender pulled up short. Nice playing advantage from Matt Lavery there. They just couldn't connect to the wing. Pretty nice ball movement from both sides so far, but as you said, Scott, they're still in a deadlock. A bit of a grind now.
Watkins across field. She'll head over for a breather. Oh, that ball looked like it might have come out of the hands forward. Play-ons are called so far. Coming to the last, half in place. Robust feeds it. Looking for anything there, the coast. Ball hits the deck around the halfway line.
That pass was a bit suspicious too, but I think we've got a bit of an advantage up here with our angles. It's very tough when you're a referee just to spot those down at ground level.
And they turn it over. And probably the first mistake of the match so far for UQ.
Yeah, good point. Good chance here for Gold Coast. They should come into their attacking zone with 2 or 3 touches left to set something up for a strike.
As Chloe Watt feeds it from half. Look for some attacking shape. Robust around the back. Pick up. Ooh. A little bit of space to work with out there. Ball dips down in front of Bella Hall.
Yeah, again, the right idea, just not enough grunt on that pass. If they connect on one of those, they'll open up the scoring shortly. But I really like this from the coast. They're holding their own against a very strong UQ Rebels team. Well, we've got a play down in back play here. Can't quite see the number.
Yeah, there's some concern here. Might be Chloe Watt down on the ground at the moment. As soon as she went down, there was some screams that could be heard from the field.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in the touch. I think she's just fallen awkwardly. And the support staff are coming out to attend to Chloe Watt.
Yeah, referees calling for some medical attention to come across. Those ones can be, unfortunately, some of the worst, where there's no one around, no contact. And we've got some concern for Chloe down there at the moment. And we do have Sharon Searson coming across the field. He was a physio. And she's spent many a time running across these fields at Whites Hill, assisting with injuries that we find. But it was a great start again from the coast, wasn't it, Doug? A similar feel to what we saw from them last week against Redlands, physically up for the battle so far, and yeah, it's reflected with no tries being scored so far in this one. Really strong defence, which I like as well. Just closing up those gaps in the middle of the field. And it's something that you might not have seen from, the Gold Coast Women's Prems over, the last couple of years, but really, really strong defence, which is a good sign for this team. We might take a quick pause here because we might have a bit of a delay on our hands. So we'll assess the situation. We'll try and get some information. We'll come back very shortly. We're back here at Whites Hill, and we just had a short little delay for an injury there, and it looked like it might have been a significant one from one of the Gold Coast players. I do think it might be Chloe Watt. We just couldn't quite confirm as Chloe's been carried off onto the field. We'll try and get an update at halftime on her condition, and hopefully it's not as bad as what it sounded, but it didn't look good for the young lady. But we're back to live action now with the UQ Rebels. Ball back in possession as Teakle feeds it through. They're throwing the footy around here, the Rebels, but again, Gold Coast doing a good job. They'll start their set here on their 10-metre line.
It's going to be a little bit of a setback. Chloe Watt, one of their stronger players. Oh, we've got a no-touch penalty here, I believe. No, referee's just going to say ball down. Happy to take it back for that touch. Yeah, so it'll be, let's just wait and see how they respond. I may have to shift a few positions around as UQ goes on the attack again.
Here's Tiani Bryce. Loves it. A little short side play. Comes back inside to Britt Donovan. It's been a big year for Tiani as well. Australia, Queensland. Both in the Women's Open. Now Hammond slices them up. We're looking for some support. There's players down on the deck. Does find a Rebels player around the back. The contact is made. Referees are happy to close the set out.
Kate Hammond do feature in our key player matchup. That was lovely. The seas just parted there and she got that space. As the referees picked up an offside penalty, I think. But once again, strong defence from the coast on the line.
So score's still locked up. 0 apiece. No one able to trouble the scoreboard as of yet. Coast now playing through the middle. Eldridge shows it one way, picks up, decides to go herself. Donovan's there, screaming for the footy to come back.
Yeah, looking for that throwing the ball away penalty. Not going to get it this time, but really good intent once again from the Gold Coast. I like that they're attacking that line, looking for those gaps. And I think they'll open them up at some point in this game.
There's Caitlin Teakle, will play it. Murphy comes back in field. Ashurst did a good job to hold on to the footy. This time she still does, but the contact is made there from Robust. Close the set out. Again, the Gold Coast start their set on the 10-metre line. Both teams not really punching too far downfield, but it's slightly started to swing back in favour here of the Gold Coast in terms of field possession. Last touch, Watkins had to scramble to get across. It's a straight defensive line here for the Rebels. Ashurst just has to come up and make the touch.
Best place to leave the ball, though, in the opposition 7 on the far side of the field. They're going to have to work and get a few touches. Oh, she didn't quite get over that ball. They're going to have to try and get to their box side here and get some fresh troops on.
She took a couple of metres away from the Rebels on the first touch as well, but now they found some nice space down the sideline with Atkins. Donovan gets them back through the middle of the field. Bryce links back up with Clarkson. As Tiani looks for footwork. They've pinned her out towards the corner and the touch has been claimed.
Referee's doing a good job in this game so far. Just giving them that nice big 7 metres to both sides. Plenty of room to run. That's all the players want as we see a ball down. So a really good opportunity now for UQ just off their 7-metre line.
They haven't been down this end for a couple of sets. So this could be the opportunity here for the Rebels to score first. Donovan again, always busy with the ball in hand.
Underrated player, Donovan. She doesn't get some of the plaudits that some of the other girls do, but she's a very skillful player.
Well, she had a great State of Origin series for the Queensland women's team. Really led the Rebels from the front at the championships as well in the final against the Southern Rebels. Huge hole here presents itself for Bryce, who takes it to the defensive line. She had no choice.
Wow, they've had a couple of chances at the line. They haven't quite come off yet. Combination of good defence and just not getting that last pass to stick. Who's going to crack first?
Gold Coast again probably just had one thought on heading straight over towards the box. Got to do the hard work first. Bit of fatigue starting to set in. And when they got this grinding back and forth battle, There definitely will be some fatigue starting to set in for both these two teams. There's some work to do here for the Coast again, defending their line.
I think the link was offside there. Onside player, the middle, made that touch. Well done again.
Clarkson holds it as the Gold Coast defensive line shot up. Murphy took a little juggle. And a nice touch from Hall. Now Murphy feeds it back. Ball out in front. And off the fingertips there of Sinead. She takes that cleanly. The Rebels go over.
At least 2 or 3 missed opportunities from the UQ Rebels. A little bit unusual for them. Let's see if the Gold Coast... No. Commentator's curse. Another ball down on the 7-metre line. Oh, they're just giving them a repeat chances at the line here, Scott.
And we saw them do a pretty good job last week when they did come up with a couple of errors. They were still able to hold out defensively. When you got the attacking weapons that the Rebels do. And it's got to be a forward pass, though, so they're not taking their opportunities at the moment, UQ. We need the Gold Coast just to get their heads down and get downfield here in this set.
Should note that all 3 referees are mic'd up tonight as well, so the sideline referees can provide some advice to the middle referee, which you'll sometimes see that little delayed response as they're getting some advice, but they're always getting that call correct.
So another mistake there coming out of their end of the field from the Gold Coast. And really leaving this door open here for UQ as the clock winds down in the first, we're under 3 to go. Not much doing so far though for the Rebels. Ashurst plays it on the last, and another mistake from UQ. So you just feel like whichever one of these two teams can just start completing sets, get these errors out of the game, and they're going to go a long way to being able to get the first try on the board.
Oh, that's another strong touch from the winger. I think that's Caitlin Blade again. That was a tough one, 50-50 call, but the ball goes down.
Yeah.
Well, what were you saying?
We've had a little bit of everything. I like the physicality in the game tonight, and the referees are letting it go at the moment, but I must say there hasn't really been any players stepping just that extra bit over the line, but they're definitely flirting with it at the moment, both these two teams. But again, an uncharacteristic error. And the Gold Coast, nice ball out in front. As Hall will come back and play it on the 7. Collie sends it back in field. Watkins rips over the head. And the ball goes down the hill. Just over a minute and a half to go. And who would have thunk it? We might be going into the break locked up at 0-0. And another mistake here for UQ. I think both these two coaches will be waiting for this minute and a half to get down on the clock and get these kids over to the sideline, calm them down, send them back out for the second half.
Yeah, half-time can't come soon enough for both of these teams. Might need to get a towel on that ball as well. Oh, that's close.
Oh, that's more than close. That is it down. And the Gold Coast make the Rebels pay after that little mistake. Harper Eldridge, great footwork. And they were caught napping on the line there, the Rebels.
This is a lovely setup. Just short of the line, that ball's down first too, I think, from referee Freshwater. First blood to the Gold Coast, and who would have thought it? After a series of errors down on their own line, they've gone up 1-0 in our Women's Premier Division game.
This might spark the Rebels, you feel. As Fildes comes back in. Now decides to pick up and go. Gets in behind and links up with Hammond around the back. UQ hit them straight back here. They go up 1 try piece.
I think it did fire them up. This is a lovely bit of ball play from Fildes. She just simply picks up and digs, cuts through the line, looks for space and just links up with her play there on the link. And it's 1 apiece now heading into half-time. Gold Coast, though, strong signs. They'll take some heart from this. I think their coach, Dayberg Muir, has them well drilled in defence, and you can really see that for a 1-1 half-time scoreline.
What an interesting first half that was. We I saw just a back and forth battle, and then a try piece in the last minute or so of the first half sets up a pretty intriguing second half between these two teams. We go into the halftime break. We're locked up at one try piece here between the Rebels and the Gold Coast.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
We're at halftime here in our round 3 women's premier match. Gold Coast and the UQ Rebels were locked up at one try piece. We can see the Gold Coast huddle over there on the far side. Coach Jermaine Dayberg-Muir. Would be interesting to see what both these two coaches would have said at halftime, Doug. Really interesting first half. We saw a little bit of everything there.
Surprising scoreline, some might say. Really strong defensive effort, particularly from the Gold Coast. We had some messages here from the Rebel coaching squad, and they're getting quite stern with the girls. So, let's see how this second half goes.
Southern Storm to take on Redlands in our next match in the men's Premier. Redlands, the defending champs. Much better start to the season for them, going 2-0. Storm looking for their first win. Had a good performance last week against the UQ Rebels that went down by 1. And we're looking to kickstart their campaign. Can the Gold Coast continue to go punch for punch here with the Rebels? We made mention a lot throughout that first half, the physicality. Both teams, they're up for it, particularly around that ruck and roll ball at the moment. Gold Coast, they aren't flustered about the UQ Rebels coming in with 4 titles to their name. These young kids are up for the fight.
Well, that's it. It's that composure that we've seen from the Gold Coast so far. Really nice to see from quite a young team. But it's, I must say, the conditions are really nice here as well. Nice balmy night here. It's been, as we mentioned, the weather hasn't been great, but this is the place to see all your best touch in southeast Queensland in the second half of the year. Best way to stay up to date with our Metro Cup comp is through all their socials on the Facebook, Instagram and TikTok accounts, and you can just find those by searching Brisbane Metro Touch.
And you can catch every round of the competition on Brisbane Metro's YouTube channel as well, streaming it across on skysportnext. Big good evening if anyone's tuning in from New Zealand or anywhere across the world tonight. There's always going to be some touch heads tuning in. Some great touch footy happening all around the place. Got some European Championships going on at the moment. Been keeping an eye on them as well.
There's always some touch to watch somewhere. It's live stream on Europe, South Africa recently had quite a big comp. New Zealand, Australia. It's the world game. It's replacing soccer.
And we're just starting to kickstart into what's pretty much the new touch football season. We get into Metro Cup, Vorden Cup. We'll be at the National Youth Championships in Coffs Harbour very shortly. State Cups towards the back end of the year. Busy time in the touch football calendar as per usual. Gold Coast, they get us underway here for the second half. Do we see a flurry of points in the second half? We didn't quite get that in the first 20 minutes, as now the Coast turn the footy over.
Yeah, really opened up late in that first half, didn't it? Nice to see a good attacking effort as the ball goes down again from the UQ.
Well, they wouldn't be happy with that, the coaching staff. For the Rebels, I'm sure ball security and completing sets would have been something that would have been mentioned. The first touch of the football here for the second half. The Rebels give it straight back to the Coast. Now Yoni. They come back short side, a nice diving effort. Folds had to get on the skates. The touch was made, might have even been on the hair as well.
Yeah, nice call there from Matt Lavery, but I like what the Gold Coast are doing here. They're being very structured in their attack. They've got something set up on every play.
Watkins tries to take them on with that speed of hers. The experience of Demi Ashurst there to make the touch. They play it on the 7. And see how they start their set hit UQ. They're going again with that splitting play on the first touch. Now they're bringing it across the sideline. Folds has a look, links back up with Donovan in the midfield. Nice touch there from Collie. Just stem the flow a little bit coming into the back end of the set as Bryce puts it out in front. And Caitlin Blade can't hold on to it.
Yeah, testing the limits of that 7 metre as well. They seem to be getting up very quick off their line there, Gold Coast. Referees are happy at this stage.
Changes onto the park. Here for the GC. As Medved gets him over the halfway line. Just another straight run forward's what they need. Medved puts it on a platter. Robust. Didn't have too many opportunities in the first half. And they come up and put pressure on her there. Hammond, she could see that one coming a mile away.
Wonderful to see that same grind in this second half with plenty of opportunities. That's lovely meters from UQ.
Yeah, it's a nice little show and go, but as the replacement players coming on, Pia Murphy, it was kind of thrown in between two replacement players coming onto the park there for the Rebels. A little bit of confusion. Ball hits the deck. These errors continue at the moment here for UQ. And they're a little bit isolated in the Coast. As Blade comes in from the wing to make the touch. Here's Coley. Last. Watkins is trying everything to spark something for her team. They'll get a repeat set. The next best result there for the Coast.
Yeah, nice strike dump there from the Coast. Question as to whether the ball was thrown into the play, but they've got 6 more now. A great opportunity, big chance here.
Robust footwork. Nothing there for her early in the touch count here for this set. Kaylee again. Trying to drag Rebels players out. They come back to her. Ball out in front. Blade slides across again to make the touch. No half in place as Robust head to the sideline for a break. Coming to the last touch of the set now. Collie ball out in front. Hits the deck.
Right set up. They just don't have the players in place for that one. Those passes just aren't sticking for the Gold Coast at the moment.
And ball rolling around again. What is going on with UQ tonight?
Uncharacteristic series of errors here from UQ have really let the Gold Coast into this game.
Big opportunity as Yoni dives into the line, gets a penalty though. Another repeat set. It's all Gold Coast to start the second half. In this one, looking to go in front. Nice footwork and getting in underneath. Well, it was only a matter of time. Mulava, she's looked dangerous out here in the right link. She scores the second try here for the Coast.
Well, this is lovely, enterprising play. You can see them just trying to drag those players up. Referee getting them forward. Simple dump. And just too disconnected there, the middle and length. Folds almost made that touch. Referee Brett Freshwater happy to blow the try.
Just got in under a couple of noted defenders there. It's a good try from the coast. So they lead now 2 tries to 1. Smith plays it. Nice little show and go. Clarkson, and they couldn't hold on to it. It's a nice one-on-one battle and getting good defensive read out here on the edge from the GC.
Yeah, and they'll take a lot of courage from that, the Gold Coast team. We've got an upset brewing on the cards here.
And the Rebels looking to respond. They got up a little bit too early.
Yeah, the referees have identified that, just shooting early. Both teams gave it a little go at the start of the second half. And finally, UQ gets pinged for it this time.
Yeah, another good call. I think Tiani was maybe a step or two too early on that one. The referees are all over it at the moment. Rebels giving another leg up to the coast. There's another penalty here, foot in the ruck.
Couple of piggyback penalties now for the Gold Coast to get them up in a good attacking position. If they can go in again here, it's going to be, strong touch.
Coley plays it just shy of the 7, comes back to her. Nice work off the right foot, then pops off the left. And Donovan defending in the middle makes the touch. She's just trying to calm her team down. You can see her with the hand gestures there, Brett Donovan. She comes up to make the touch again. This time, Robust takes off. Ball out in front. Vioni, who scored the last try there for the Coast. Good defence coming across there for UQ.
Not used to playing from behind here, UQ. And I'm really liking that attacking structure from the Gold Coast. They've got something going on every play.
Oh, it's a little bobble there again. Must have just held on to it, Tiani Bryce. They decided to go away on the first couple of touches. And this is a little bit better. Hammond, so quick from half. The other players on side, they get the penalty. Nice work there from Kate Hammond.
Fair enough call there from referee Matt Lavery too. Onside player made the touch, but he's deemed enough obstruction in the lead up to award that penalty.
Murphy feeds it to Teakle, short side. Tries to dive in underneath. Teakle plays it on the 7. And Murphy just having a snatch at it. Man, it must be slippery out there. They continue to come up with mistakes, but you can see the girls just starting to really snatch at the ball now. This time coming into the ruck, just coming out of the hands. And there might be a bit of dew starting to set in as well, which is going to make it 10 times harder for both these two teams.
Yeah, again, that's a tough one. It's a strong touch, but there was no initial control there. The ball just slipped out. So can UQ strike back here and level it up?
There's Bella Narain. Gets it back, skips across field, nice ball out in front. I'll come back. Don't mind the play. Narain very light on her feet. Gold Coast continue to hold on as we see Robust maybe just having a little bit of a look up at the defensive line. She's hands on heads at the moment. The Rebels send Clarkson and Folds onto the field. Tiani Bryce comes on as well. Some attacking weapons out there for UQ. Ashurst now plays it inside the 7, comes back into Clarkson, has no control. They'll come back for the penalty first.
Plenty of big names on for the UQ, but Gold Coast are doing really well to hold them out. I don't think they wiped that ball at halftime, Scott. It's slippery as an eel at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to be getting tougher to control, that's for sure. And don't forget, if you are just tuning in as well, Gold Coast, a player down with an injury to Chloe Watt in the first half. They're doing the hard yards at the moment, the Coast. Players on the sideline, you might see them in the background. They're hands on hips. They're down on the deck at the moment, sucking in the big ones. Can they continue to hold on? It just feels like the Rebels are starting to take it up another gear now.
This is where the experience of the Rebels will come into play as well. They've been in this situation a lot of times. A lot of their Players who've played at State Cups, World Cups, State of Origins will know exactly what to do in this situation.
And here's one of them now. Bryce sends it out to Murphy. Tough one to take again with these tricky conditions. Now my collie. Contact made there from Lucia. See Dayberg Muir, the coach, on the sideline, trying to get his girls going forward. He's wearing out the grass over there on that side of the field at the moment.
Stalking that sideline. They've been lucky though. There's been a couple of opportunities with those long balls for the UQ that just have not stuck. And they've done well, the Gold Coast here, to actually be in the lead at this stage of the game.
So we're halfway through this second half. Still plenty of time to go. The Gold Coast holding on to a slender lead at the moment. Do they have the juice in the legs to ride this one home? Hammond, she seems to be the one that's going to open things up as Blade goes
Lovely
down the
pass.
sideline and coming across. Watkins not in time. They needed that, the UQ Rebels. And Kate Hammond sets it up for them.
There's the hit back here from UQ. Referees are right in line for this final pass. Lovely dummy. And yeah, nothing wrong with that one. Momentum. Caitlin Blade gladly accepts it. UQ levels up 2-2 now in our Women's Premier Division game. How will the Gold Coast respond from here?
Well, they've got to stay in the grind. The Coast, it's still level. And they don't want to go into their shells, continue to do what they've been doing so far throughout this match.
That's it, isn't it? You've just been scored on, but it's effectively a 0-0 game at the moment. Just keep going, just keep doing what you do.
Well, Watkins' idea was right, just couldn't quite get it out of the hand. It's a tough ball to take when your body's heading in the other direction. You're trying to bring it back across. Rebels will tap it on their 7-metre line here. Lavery will get him on the spot.
Neither side's really got that momentum at the moment. The tries have just come out of just some freak opportunities. We're still very much in a grind.
Yeah, a couple of steps short. They're the Gold Coast. His refs have been good tonight. Really good. Haven't missed any calls.
Yeah, that's going to help their cause here, UQ. Keeping those players apart. Offside penalty there. But the Gold Coast won't mind that too much. They're going to reset now.
Rain out ball, Donovan to Bryce. They've got touches to work with here in this set. They look to set for Tiani, who picks up. Plays down on the deck for the Coast. They can't connect up. They look to punch down the sideline. Nice little short ball. And nobody at home here for the Gold Coast. They've done a good job to link up, just burn a touch. Sometimes that's all you need to do, just to hold the football, get back going and try to get forward again. But the Rebels are stopping the flow in this set of 6. They turn it over just over the halfway line.
Great just defensive set there from UQ. Recognised that the half was not in place for 2 or 3 touches there.
Plays offside again. Play on call.
Yeah, huge play on call there from referee Freshwater.
This is a dangerous set. Hammond's on the field again. P. Murphy gets it. Nice wraparound play, and they try to squeeze it out.
Good scramble there from the Gold Coast. They were at 6s and 7s inside their 7 metres. Nice lift off the line to create that pressure on UQ. We're going quite early. It's been recognised. Good listening from the UQ team.
This is better. Good meters there on the first couple of touches. It was aided by those offside players. Watkins, though, turns it over. And just over 5 to go here in this one. Round 3 of the Metro Cup. Live from Whites Hill Reserve is now a loose ball from UQ. Gives the Coast the footy back, and there's been swings and roundabouts throughout this game. Just different shifts of momentum that each team have had, and it's really come off the back of errors.
Error count slightly higher, unusually for UQ at the moment, which has opened the door for Gold Coast in this game.
Now Collie shapes right, shapes left, did get behind the defensive line. Cool heads there from UQ.
Nice defence from UQ, but again, really good intent from the Gold Coast. Just searching, busting over that try line and looking to link up. I really like that. Enterprising play. Love to see it.
And again, they're pushing the pass. It goes over the sideline. Things just not clicking tonight. Another really good opportunity here for the Gold Coast. Oh, as we say that, they turn it over. Well, if the men's Premier teams are warming up out the back, get the sticky stuff on their hands, get the grippo.
Get the magic grip, that's it. This is good drive from UQ, Files.
Here she is, ball in hand, but nice defence again. And that mistake came from just good positioning and punching up out of the line there from the Gold Coast. She looked right, there was a Gold Coast jersey. Looked left, there was another Gold Coast jersey there. The ball ends up just dribbling out and back into the hands of the Gold Coast.
Uncharacteristic there from UQ. They've normally got that plan set. They know exactly what they're doing.
This is better. Coming out of the box as Robust picks up. Nothing there on the back end. Better intent towards the back end of the set. And a little bit of energy coming out of the box. Again, you can see the Rebels here. They're looking around, talking to each other, working out what sort of attacking plan they're going to go with here coming out of their end. Because nothing has been working for them. Robust must have been offside. Play on's the call. And now Murphy with some space to work with. Donovan comes on, as does Bryce. Hammond as well. She's probably the player to watch. She's been the standout performer tonight for the UQ Rebels. As Bryce finds offside players, there's a bit of contact there as Robust was looking to make her way back on side.
Yeah, that's a good call from referee Levy. She stopped short and she's had the hands out, getting involved in that touch. So correct call, and now UQ. They've just got to hang on to the ball here. Get 6 touches.
Another penalty straight away.
Not moving forward, I believe, that one. So they've got to be careful here. I believe that's 2 penalties in the attacking zone. One more, we'll see that exclusion.
Young looks to come back on the inside. Hands on the football there from the Gold Coast. So under 2 to go now. Locked up at 2 tries apiece. What happens in this set? Man, nice footwork to Rain. Lavery doesn't like it.
Yeah, pretty sure he's got that sideline call for the forward pass off the ruck. So Gold Coast escapes there, and they'll look towards the box now. Referee says play on. Oh, I thought that was a ball down. Gold Coast touches in hand. I want to get a nice strike here.
Watkins picks up, and they were valuable meters in the end. Nothing really came on that last play, but sometimes that's the smart play. In Watkins, she's got speed, just picks up, got another 10 meters off the back of it. Every inch is so valuable, but you can see now the Rebels already rolling downfield. Just over a minute to go. Is this the set? Lucia picks up. She's behind the Gold Coast defensive line, looks for support and finds Ashurst hovering around the back.
What a heartbreaker for the Gold Coast. They've almost held them out, but it looks like the UQ have just snatched at the death here. Lucia Files, once again, that danger player. Just smashes through that defensive line, looks to link up, and she does. I think was that Donovan, number 3?
Ooh, mistake. So there's still some time here for the Gold Coast.
Demi Ashurst was his try scorer. They need to score in this set, obviously.
And they've only got a couple of touches to do it. 15 seconds to go. Yoni's been good. There's been play on calls, and they will get through. Offside players for the UQ Rebels, and the Gold Coast have levelled it up right before the full-time siren.
How good. It's like a repeat of the first half, and there is that siren. Well, they had to score basically on that touch, and they've done so. Offside players, yeah, they were both short of the line, I think, and referee Lavery's happy to point to the spot. What a finish.
Well, we saw last week it was heartbreak for the Gold Coast. They were level. Redlands scored right at the death to take it away for them, and it felt like it was going to happen again. Rebels with a try in the last minute, but they go down the other end. Good big credit as well to the number one, Lila Ava-Ione. 2 tries in the game. She gets that one to level it up. Great performance from her tonight, and a really good performance again from the Coast.
That's really encouraging stuff from the Coast, and I think that scoreline, the final scoreline, is a fair representation of the game. Both teams just played really well within themselves. Obviously, a lot of errors from UQ. They won't be happy with that, but something to work on for next week.
As try scorers for tonight, good performance again from Kate Hammond, as expected. 3-3 the final score here in round 3 of the Women's Premiers. We've got men's Premier action coming up next. Southern Storm, Redlands, more to come.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
Welcome back to Metro Cup Round 3 action into the men's Premiers. Southern Storm, you can see their team list tonight. They had a good performance against the UQ Rebels last week. They actually went into the halftime break in front 2-1. Of course, Rebels, last year's runners-up. 5 tries on the trot hurt them in the second half, but they had a couple of late tries themselves to make it a close contest. They end up going down by 1. For Redlands, they're looking good. Defending champions have gone 2-0 to start this year's competition. Strong lineup for them tonight. They've had a couple of players come in and out over the first couple of weeks, but a really strong lineup for the defending champs tonight.
Like you said, Scotty, the Storm really pushed them early. They got a couple of tries, but it's very similar to the last game. It's sort of a youth versus experience game here tonight. Redlands littered with representative players, but there's some up-and-coming young fellas on this Storm side as well.
The other men's premier match, which took place in the previous time slot, was the Rebels and the Colts. We'll try and get the result for that one as well. But looking forward to this. We made mention of the Southern Storm and some of the players within their lineup. It's a young team, but some of those players have had some big game experience over the last couple of months. This young man in the number 2 who's going to get the ball back, Bailey Deacon, player of the series in the men's 20s at the State of Origin. And what a start here for the Southern Storm. They look like they're up and about tonight.
Perfect start here for the Storm, scoring in that first set as they drive in. I think, was that Deacon there with the ball, releasing that last pass, and they've just split the defenders. Wow, what a start for Redlands. Sorry, for the Storm.
Yeah, and try scorer Jackson Roberts. There's a couple of Redlands-based players, homegrown players in the Southern Storm team. Roberts is one of them. He'll be looking for a big performance against his home club tonight. Ripped up. He goes forward. A mistake there from Redlands on their first touch of the footy.
Richter brothers ones to watch out for in this game as well. Played for the Philippines in the recent World Cup and 2 rising stars of the game.
Now Deacon sends a nice ball over to Crawford on the sideline. So another decent touch of the footy there for the Southern Storm. Corey Russell gets going forward. Drew Price plays it. As they have to hold it up as Hall comes in. Rolf, nice punch coming into the last. They got all their numbers on the right. Beautiful little short ball to Adam Russell, who holds it up. They do a good job. And a little bit of push and shove between the boys on the side.
Not happy with that touch. The wing, was that Marcus Holm there? Getting into it with Heath Crawford on the wing there, I think.
Yeah, a little bit of a cheeky smile from Crawford over there, but now we see the Storm. And give the footy back here to Redlands.
Speaking of brothers, we've got all 3 Russell brothers representing Redlands tonight. Corey, Brad and Adam. They should have those combinations working, you would think, in the middle.
Now Price steaming onto it. That's James. We've got the Price boys lining up tonight as well for Redlands. Adam Russell plays it. Rolf skips out in front of Price. Comes to Hall. And they play it outside the 7, coming to the last. A little bit clunky on the last touch as Hall now goes footwork sharp off the right foot. And Hamstra hurdling over the top of players, looking nice and elusive out there as well.
Yes.
Man in charge in the pink.
Some rare athleticism from John Hamstra there. You won't mind me saying that. But yeah, I just noticed we've got 4 sets of brothers. We've got the Richters, the Russells, the Moores, and the Price boys. Drew Price, very underrated player also. Spent a bit of time out of the game with work commitments, but great to see him back in the Redlands squad tonight.
So Redlands taking their time to get this forward. Probably here in the mics. We've got the Redlands boys right in front of us. They're looking to complete this set. Get down the other end. Now Nathan Beaton. What a stalwart he is from this team. Corey Russell, a bit of speed coming into the back end. The contact is made as the pass is thrown. Ben Moore taps. Sankey feeds it. Roberts, the try scorer, plays it smack on the halfway line.
Really good meters here from the Storm in these early passages. Getting a really nice roll on as Richter will look to set up in the middle.
There he is again. Isaac plays it. Deacon flat and hard at the line. Beaten, another good touch defending out there in the right link position. And they'll concede the set and close it out. Redlands get straight back onto the footy here. As Brad sings it across field. Follows up with some good meters down the sideline as well. Corey Russell plays it over the halfway line. As Richards, the skipper, follows suit. Nice set here for Redlands. Price sharp off the left foot as Home tries to squeeze it out. They don't come up with points, but they transition, went coast to coast. Nice intensity there from the men in the red and green.
Lovely ball movement there from Redlands. Really nice drive. That ball was on the deck for about half a second before Price picked it up.
Here's Sankey playing it on the 10 metre, coming into the last. Ooh, they had some numbers out on this side of the field. The ball hits the deck as they're making their way over towards Griggs. Now Griffiths shy of the halfway line as Rolf punches out of the box. Juggle from Beaton. Ball handling's been good so far from both these two teams in this one. We saw the girls in the previous match struggle a bit to hold on to the footy as Price shows and goes and gets in between the Storm defence and gets Redlands on the board.
Yeah, this is lovely stuff from James Price. He just looks off the defender here and it just opens up for him. This is nice play from Redlands. And they strike back to go 1-1. Mixed open representative for Queensland in the recent State of Origin series, James Price, and close to their best on ground during that series.
Storm now straight back into it from the tap off. Richter. And that's Jacob who sings it across to Benny Ross. Now ball out in front. And Corey Russell comes across to make the touch there on Ben Moore. They'll finish it off down the sideline. Footy goes down on the field too. Redlands with the tap on their 7. Nice intensity straight away.
Quickly mention the 3 referees for this game tonight, Scott. We've got Lachlan Freshwater controlling things in the middle.
Ball down here, it's been missed. Richards losing control of the football coming in. Was that quick though? He still managed to get his body over it, and Redlands continue roll downfield as Price this time. You can't mistake that one. Falls straight into the hands there of Richter.
Price is just so sharp with that ball in hand. Referee Zach Jenrick in the middle and John Hamster near side, completing our 3 referees tonight. That's a ball down. Zach has got that one, no problem. Nice to see the Storm boys taking it up in these early passages to the Redlands team.
It'll be interesting to see if both these two teams can maintain this intensity and pace, particularly with the tricky conditions with ball in hand. We've seen a couple of little bobbles in the play the ball now. Do they just have to take the foot off the gas a little bit to make sure they can get clean play the balls down?
Yeah, don't want to jinx it too hard, but it's been relatively clean so far.
Here's Isaac Richter. As Delaney comes back in field. And again, there's another unclean play the ball.
Nice pick up there from referee Matt Lavery. Redlands now heading to their box side to get some fresh troops on. Adam Russell leads the charge.
There's a real intensity about this game tonight between both these two teams, even off the changeover there. You can see Ross really punching up early out of the line. Now they look a step or two short, and they find an unmarked player out there on the right-hand side of the field, Redlands, and they've gone back-to-back tries.
I think that was Corey Russell with that long ball from the middle. Noted for his passing game. Gets that ball down on the deck. Lovely step, folks, and goes about 25 metres on the fly out to his winger. Class there from Russell. And that's going to put the Redlands team up 2-1 in our men's Premier Division game over the Southern Storm.
Benny Thompson scoring the second try for Redlands. Jacob Richter, arms up in the air. Looking for something. Oh, did a great job there, Moore, to be able to get that ball away.
They want those players coming forward. Best opportunity to strike at the line. Oh, what a step from Richter.
Oof. And not played at there. It did make contact with Drew Price. No hands involved. You can see him stick them straight up. Came off the body. And they're rolling down their right-hand side of the field. The Storm side as well, as they get replacement players come on. Drew Price comes back in. Beaton plays it home. Has all the time in the world there to work with. Storm, though, will tap and restart.
Yeah, cheeky little bat-on pass there. It's coming to the game a lot more than the last few years. Storm were Whitefoot on this occasion. They want to hit back here in this next set. You don't want to let a team like Redlands go up 2 or 3, particularly in the first half.
Sankey plays it. As Deacon has a look, goes to short ball. Sankey looks to come back to him. Out of the hands forward. Halfway through the first half. Redlands in front by 1 at the moment as Russell comes to home down the sideline. Richards straightens them up. Now they look to kick out. Brad Russell comes back into Corey. Nice pick up. Brad looks at options, decides to go long out to home, and a good desperation touch in the corner from Griggs.
Good touch all round there. Lovely hands to get that ball down. And a good call from the referee too. 6 more is the call. Fair enough as well. So the Storm would love to get that same drive on that they had in the first couple of sets here, Scott, just to get back into that 7-metre zone and get some attacking going.
Moore gets him over the halfway line. Now it's Matt Moore back to Ben Ross. Switches in for Ben Moore. Ball hits the grass. Now Richards plays it on the 10-metre line for Redlands. Beaton shows it back on the inside to Thompson. Drew Price looks to kick away. It was a good defensive read coming up out of the line there from Isaac Richter. You could see it coming. Got up and put pressure on Drew Price. A little bobble there for Moore. Roberts tries to get in between 2 defenders there of Redlands. And a penalty coming late in the count.
Yeah, referee Freshwater determining that he's just been jammed down in the touch there, slowing down that roll ball. So this is a big chance here for the Storm.
Deacon decides to hold it. Now, looping ball out. And they just squeeze the ball back in. Allows the Storm to recycle the footy around. Deacon trying to bring these Redlands defenders forward. And there's a little bobble in the play ball and picked up.
Yep, we got it this time as well. Although I do like this attacking pot of Deacon and Richter for the Storm. They look quite dynamic down on the 7-metre line.
And Hall decides to straighten them up and play through the middle on the second. And home. Gets them over the halfway line. As Richards rolls over the 10-metre line of the Storm. Nice flow here again. Nice ball. And it's out in front of Price.
Yeah, it was a nice pass there from Brad Russell. Didn't connect this time, but they're looking dangerous. The Redlands team. Storm are holding their own though. They're only down 2-1. Oop, just lost his footing there.
Yeah, it was Delaney. He gets back to his feet. Ben Moore plays it on the last. Sankey skips across. Delaney can't get on the outside shoulder. There of James Price. He makes the touch and closes out the set. Back and forth over the last couple of sets between these two teams.
It's been a really free-flowing game. The Storm would love to level up here going to the second half. Just to keep Redlands honest, keep them guessing.
I was just going to say they were doing such a good job in those previous touches. They're the Southern Storm. They just need one more to make the closeout this set, and they do. And they force Redlands to have to throw the ball around and try and get themselves out of trouble. They were squeezing passes through. They did a good job to get the ball away there, Redlands, but good defence as well from the Storm. Can they capitalise this set and get themselves into an attacking position on the back end of it? They're rolling downfield nicely. There's players on the deck here for Redlands, and they didn't really recover, but they come up to make the touch. That was interesting off the back of that.
Yeah, Matt Moore looking to dig into the line there, the number 7 for the Storm. Referee Zach Janrick picked him up for the late pass, and Redlands back on the drive again.
He's home.
You can probably hear in our effects, Mike, plenty of chat here from the Redlands box.
Price picks up, rips.
Coach Dave Marr, very experienced campaigner, looking very composed though.
Now the Southern Storm singing out to Crawford and had a bit of room to work with there. Nice job from Deacon to hold on to that ball. He was juggling. Now Ross, flat from half. Deacon comes back towards him. Redlands straight back onto the football here. 4.5 to go. As Griffiths had some room to work with. Forward pass.
Yeah, great pick up from the referee. Forward pass there. Both teams have got really nice flow in their drive set though. There's no shortage of attacking play in this game. We're just not sticking that final pass or that final option.
It's a good opportunity here for the Southern Storm. Looking to level things up. Richter across to Ross. Comes off the fingertips. They can't capitalise on that opportunity. Now they're into defence. The Redlands look to roll downfield yet again. Here's Rolf. Good meters down the sideline. Beaten. Sends it back infield. It's Connor Rolf who plays it. Now Russell takes them on. They're going to come back. The touch has been made.
Nice comms there from the referee too. He was calling him offside until he wasn't, and he called him onside and made the touch. Perfectly done by the Storm.
Ben Ross just has to hold the footy, get it back down on the mark. There's Roberts. It looked like there might have been a little boot in the ruck there. You can see all the hands, the finger pointing from the Southern Storm. Not happy with the call.
Pleading for the penalty, not to be on this occasion. Look for Redlands to take the full opportunity here, full advantage. As we see Price coming back onto the field, he'll be setting up in the middle.
Working with Jacob Hall at the moment. He's got a beautiful left to right. This is Jacob. Sharp. Oh, I don't think he held on to it. Now Holmes swings back and goes at Deacon. Chucks the shoulder in. I don't know whether Nick actually held on to that one getting across the line regardless.
I think the touch is being claimed, so either way, they escaped there, Southern Storm.
Now this one's going to go against the Southern Storm. Roberts, like I said, he knows these players. And it looked like there was a bit of a duke up in the face there of Drew Price.
Yeah, I don't think they were happy about a previous call. Starting to get a little bit chippy in the middle now. See if these touches get a little bit stronger.
Hall sings it. And it comes off the hands. Another repeat set.
Yeah, Winger had to shut in on that one.
There's Jade Blair out on the sideline. 2 tries for Jade last week. Now Hall, nice footwork, tries to get home on the outside.
It's a great defensive touch, but how about the footwork from Hall there?
We'll take a look at the replay here of Hall, bang, right foot, left foot. It was great work from Delaney, who made the touch on the line. Desperation. Looked like they almost got away from him. As we come down the other end now, last touch. Ross goes short side, and there's nobody at home for Redlands on the line. Well, a defensive lapse. We just gave Hall a wrap down the other end. They went down his side, and they come up with the points.
Well, they've just opened up here. Redlands just not lifting off that line, and you rarely see that much space in the game of touch. The defender pulls back to his wing. Gee, I'm not really sure what happened there. They just opened up. Meanwhile, back to live play. Referees are having a quick chat. My head was turned, not sure exactly what happened there. Looks like we're going to come back and roll the ball.
So clock winding down here in the first half. Campbell Rolfe comes back to Dave Richards. Well, we saw down the other end. Fell apart for Redlands on the line. Same thing happened there for the Storm.
Yeah, a little bit similar here as well for the Storm. As that halftime siren goes. So the game's starting to open up a little bit now as we head into the second half. Interesting to see what's going to happen. These coaches will get their messages out to their players. And what do you think we're going to see in that second half, Scott?
Yeah, I think we'll see a little bit more excitement. There was plenty there. Like we made mention of, the intensity in the game is quite impressive from both these two teams. This young Storm outfit, they're up for the fight again tonight, and they're within the contest. But we've seen this from them in the first couple of rounds. They've been in matches, but just haven't been able to get across the line. Can they do it tonight in the second half? They're down by 1 at the moment. Redlands in front, 3-2.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation, and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events, and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age, and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Hill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.
We take you into the huddle here of Redlands at half-time. Coach Dave Maher giving some instructions, been pretty animated at the half-time break here, Dougie.
Strong messages from Dave Maher going into this second half. He's telling his players to give the game the respect it deserves. They're playing quite an inexperienced young Storm team, and it's only 3-2. Second half action coming up. I'm going to love to see these Storm boys and see what they can do in the second half.
You can see he's running plays in the middle of the huddle at the moment is Davey.
I think I just heard him call for more sweepers, so keep an eye out for that in the second half.
A good performance again in the first half from the Southern Storm. They scored straight away from the tap off. Plenty of energy. The speed of the game, as we've made mention of, has been really impressive from both these two teams. But this is a critical part here for the Southern Storm. This second half, they've got to continue to go for the next 20 minutes. They look nice and calm at the moment. Matty Moore, one of their big time players, experienced player, Australian youth in the 20s, Queensland as well. He's barking a few instructions to his troops out there. Chris Ross, the coach of the team next to him.
Key player for the second half, I think, for Redlands also, Jacob Hall. We were chatting off air. He got a late call up to the Queensland men's State of Origin side, and he was a standout in that series. He's going to be one of their key players here in the second half for Redlands.
Yeah, it's funny, in quite a few of the recent State of Origin series, we've seen some players that have been called up a division or been brought in out of nowhere with like a couple of weeks to go, and you always think, gee whiz, how are they going to go? Hall brained it. I remember Wilson Groth as well a couple of years ago came into the mixed open team, I think it was, for Queensland. I think he got player of the series, if not went really close and got an Australian jersey off the back of it. So, yeah, another great performance there from Jacob Hall and really proved that he is one of the elite players in Queensland at the moment. I think we're going to see plenty more men's open footy for him in the Queensland Maroons jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah, Wilson Groth normally plays in the Metro Cup. I believe he's out with an ACL at the moment, but you're right. He went from Queensland Origin side and he had a great Trans-Tasman in the mixed open.
Redlands' first possession here in the second half. As Connor Rolfe plays it. Corey Russell didn't have too many opportunities in the first. Sends it all the way out to Marcus Home. Ball hits the ground. Storm nice and vocal early on here. Roberts across to Jacob Richter. And Moore picks up meters. Delaney brings him back midfield. Isaac will go to Sankey. As Matt Moore, nice left to right. No contact there from Hall. You can see him signal to the referee. Didn't get hands on it.
Yeah, question of 6 more. Not to be this time, but lovely chopping that link hole. Didn't come off this time, but that's really good intent from the Storm in their first set.
Rolfe will play it as Brad Russell gets Redlands over the halfway line. Now Price receives an early release back and will slice in between them. A much better set there from Redlands, and it's Drew Price who finishes it off.
Yeah, Price dynamic. Underrated player. He's come back from a little bit of time out of the game, but he just picks up and just splits the defence again, just looks off. You see that link defender caught in no man's land. Unfortunate there from the Storm as Redlands go up by another try.
So margin up to 2 now. Redlands in front, 4 tries to 2. First team score here in the second half. A looping ball. Dips down in front of Crawford.
They created the space there, the Storm, but just not enough mustard on the pass. I really like that intent, though. They're trying something every time they go down into that attacking zone.
James Price gets him forward. Younger brother Drew follows suit. Beaton decides to hold it. And an incorrect play the ball, though. Coming to the last. There's a bit more chat going on out here as Jacob Hall throws the ball straight into the face of one of the Southern Storm players.
Yeah, he tried to disguise that quite well. I think we had a better angle than the referee, but it's play on for now.
Ball's rolling around. Redlands get another one up over the top of the Storm.
Yeah, strong touch. Fumbled in the ruck, so a bit of a psychological advantage now. And these touches are getting a little bit contested.
No, it's going to go away now. I was watching Adam Russell the whole time. He wasn't happy with the contact that first happened, and he threw some chat straight back. And I think he's given the penalty away here for a bit of verbal. You can see Johnny Hamstruck confirming the call. Still finger pointing here, Adam Russell. He won't let it go.
He's a fiery competitor, A-Russ. He won't let that rattle his cage. He'll be back for more.
Now Deacon, nice ball back on the inside to Matty Moore, and the Storm make them pay.
Yeah, this is a nice hit back here from the Storm. I think Russell has just lost his footing as the ball goes back on the inside. Lovely hit back here from the Storm, and you see Russell there. Yep, he's looking to cover, loses his footing. Luck's a fortune there for the Storm, but they'll take it.
Gets him back to within 1. Now Richards has a look, looping ball over the top. Nice work from home there to sling it back in field as he was crouching down to pick it up. Corey plays it. Richards comes short side. Russell will get them back towards the midfield. Rolfe plays it. Brad Russell tries to link up with Richards. Home just lost his footing as well, which made Brad hit the link option.
James Price makes his way back onto the field.
Oh, nice little short side play down the sideline with no one there. Price can't get across to make the touch. What a play from the Southern Storm. They go back to back, a little sneaky play down Redlands' side of the field. And they streaked away right down in front of the Redlands box. What about this?
What a sneaky play here from the Storm. I thought Price had him covered here. Desperate dive. Double strike hit back from the Storm here. And we're levelled up at 4-all in our men's Premier Division game.
Zachy Griggs. He's a quality winger. Might have even called that play. Oh, good hands there. No, must have taken a bit of the grass. You've got to have full control of it. As Ben Thompson, one of the try scorers in the first half from Redlands, couldn't maintain possession. Now Redlands give the penalty away. They're starting to get a little frustrated here, the defending champs.
And you'd have to say the momentum's moved to the Storm now. 2 quick hit-back tries. They've levelled up. Let's see how Redlands will respond. Things were getting a little bit chippy in the touches. Both teams have just got to stay composed here.
Richter takes them out. Again, there's bodies in there to make contacts. And good defence on that occasion there from Redlands. Home up out of the line. And the ball bouncing around. There's contact there on the arms.
Freshwater's, yeah, he's just going to call the player out here for a quick chat. I think that's a deliberately knocking the ball out just to slow down the play. So we'll take a 4 sub, and Redlands will get 6 more now heading into their line.
Canberra Roll plays it last on the 7. Great ball from Russell and a great take as well from Thompson. His second try of the game, and that was a quality one. He's grabbing the shoulder at the moment.
Well, what a finish here, just when you need it. Corey Russell will step up as he picks up from half again. One of his signature long balls, wide out to the right wing. Oh, yeah, and he's landed awkwardly on the shoulder there. Try goes on the board. We'll keep an eye on that player.
It's a beautiful line from Thompson. You could see he was on the out as he was taking it. Great finish as well. Redlands back in front. Roberts can't get the ball away in time before the contact is made.
Critical period of the game here for the Storm. This is where they've, in previous weeks, they've probably just lost their way a little bit as they're competing. They really need to hold Redlands out in this set.
Griffiths links up with Drew Price coming out of the box. Price elusive around here. He'll fight for everything. He's still skipping away. They've been holding off him, and Price goes again.
Well, they've given this the all clear, and Price, as you say, an absolute live wire with the ball. Something out of nothing here for Redlands. Steps the defender, inside, outside, drags them up off the line and just goes wide. And that covering link just can't get him. Referees wave it all clear. How about that from Drew Price?
There's just one player that you just cannot let that happen to, and it's Drew Price. You can't give him time. Those legs, they get moving. They go left, they go right. Before you know it, they're away from you. As Ross links up nicely, sliding in. Contact is made. Isaac Richter comes back to the 7 to play it. Delaney outside the 7. Ross shows it to him, decides to hold, skips across, a late switch, and it was snatched at there from Richards. He definitely had to play at it.
Yeah, I think Redlands wanted the late pass there. So referees decided the pass is away and it's ball's been played. I think that's a fair enough call too from Freshwater. Game's really opened up here, Scott. But a bit of breathing room now for Redlands. Storm will want to hit back here.
Deacon goes back out to Ben Moore. It's a little shot off the ball there. Does Deacon decide to hold things up and bring it back towards Ben Moore. He links up with brother Matt on the 7. Ben skips out in front and Griggs will score another one. The wingers are turning it on. We've seen Thompson score 2. Now Griggs gets his second.
becoming a little bit of a shootout now, this game. Again, lovely ball there. Nice release from Deacon. And the Storm winger finishes it off. Classy style. Looked a bit like James Courtney there. Redlands maintaining that one-try lead. Again, almost every set now in the second half is critical in defence for the Storm. Russell picks up from half, stepping. Players are onside. Referee's happy. That's well done from the Storm boys.
Yeah, Brock Sankey feeds it from half now. Nice defensive read. Take another one forward. Here does Brock. Nice set so far, as I say that. They just have to come back and play it on the 10-metre line. Deacon feeds it early. Moore tries to loop it and Beaton saw it. Decides to pull the arms back in.
Yeah, saw it, snatched at it, nearly a hand in the cookie jar. Referees are happy there was no touch made. Be nice to see some good press defence here from the Storm.
And good meters, Thompson skipping away. Richter punched up out of the line. Now Brad Russell off the hip as Rolf plays it. Corey again sings it out to the corner to Thompson. Well, it worked last time. Why wouldn't you go back to the well?
Well, it's a carbon copy of their previous try here for Redlands. They drive, dig straight into that line. You can see Corey Russell lurking, setting up. He's going to pick up here. Same thing. Bang, long ball, 30 metres out to the wing. Bit more space for the winger. And they just maintain that margin, Redlands. Storm would love to peg one back here.
Well, that was pinpoint accurate from Corey Russell. Storm looking to hit back as players lose their footing. Looks like there might have been a little boot in the ruck.
Not too much complaint from Redlands there.
Storm now looking to throw it around as Russell makes good contact. Ben Moore dancing as to Sankey. Nothing available as of yet. Roberts rips and space out in the corner. This time Crawford will crash over to score. Well, they're not going anywhere just yet, the Storm.
How good. What a finish there from the Storm. As Jackson Roberts, I think it is, comes into half. Picks up step, goes long. Very similar to that previous try for Redlands. This game's really starting to open up now, and it's game on.
It's great vision, isn't it? Just took a couple of steps. Could see Redlands' defence was in. Ripped it early.
Just the finish from the modern wingers these days too. Amazing.
Now Richards goes out. Griffiths. Redlands get a penalty.
Offside players in the middle, I think. Fresh set now for Redlands.
Price boys working in the middle. This time they don't go to sleep on Drew.
Yeah, it's a great strike by Matt Moore. You could see what was happening there. Came up nice and early off the line.
Home pumps and goes short, and Price almost gets in underneath. They send them back.
Desperation touch there from the Southern Storm. That was a try for all money. Here's Price again. His brother on the sweep. No, they'll go back to James now.
Looks to switch around. Doesn't get it out of the hands cleanly. And the Storm go direct on the first one with Matty Moore. Ball out in front there of Benny Ross. It's going to be a forward pass, so that was loose. Big set here for both teams. Just over 6 to go.
Pleading for the forward pass here, the Redlands box. Throwing their arms up.
Early ball is Adam. Goes on the run. Now Corey will play it on that 7-metre line as James Price tries to get in underneath. There's a lot of finger pointing going on. For 1 second there, I thought Lachlan Freshwater might have been pointing to this spot.
Yeah, asking the question there, Price, but I think Deacon made that touch in an onside position.
Corey again. He pumps to go short, and then he gets a lollipop ball out to the corner. He's been caught in two minds whether to rip long.
Yeah, a little bit too much loop on that one, and the bat back inside was forward. So Storm really need to get a roll on here.
Sloppy. This time it's Redlands. He'll give the penalty away. Gives a little leg up for the Southern Storm to get some changes on the field as well. Here's Sankey. He's been busy tonight. He's up with Isaac Richter. Comes back towards Brock. They're pretty tight in the middle at the moment. Here the Storm. Now Sankey, not much options. Cops a shot for it as well.
Looking for phase play there, but no half in place. On the last now, nothing doing. Bit of a missed opportunity in that set. No real structural setup, unfortunately, for the Storm.
Yeah, it was a little bit clunky, wasn't it? Now Redlands with Marcus Home. Nathan Beaton brings him back infield. Brad Russell, Cam Rolfe loses control of the footy. It was Connor actually in the 40. He comes back up as the Storm player sliding in at the legs.
Much cleaner game this one though in terms of the drop ball. Scott, I think they had some of that sticky grip on the hands.
I must have listened to the call after we saw the women's premier match earlier on tonight. The girls did struggle holding on to the footy. It's greasy out there.
That look forward. Yep.
So 3.5 to go. Game's on a knife edge. Redlands still in front by 1 at the moment. You feel like the Storm need to hold out defensively. They can't afford to let Redlands get across the stripe any more times throughout this game. They flirt down the sideline. Drew Price plays it, gets it back. Comes the big brother. Home, early ball, Price on the run. Lovely little tip on play there to Home, but they come across and make the touch with Roberts. Desperation touch, and that may have kept the Storm in the game.
What a touch there from Jackson Roberts. Lovely flick on ball. Nice read though from the Storm.
Now Deakin looks to pick up and go. There's players coming back. They look like Deakin made contact. They will get the penalty though.
It's one of those funny ones, wasn't it? It looked like he initiated the touch there on the defender, but then I guess there was just enough obstruction there to call that penalty. Not coming back on side in a timely fashion now, but the Storm will take it.
Big set here for the Storm. Under 2.5 to go. Can they level it up? Richter goes in underneath. Oh, Drew Price must have just got him in time.
That was very close. I'd love to see that again. Desperation touch from Redlands on the line. Wow.
Now it's an important set here for Redlands as well. Although they're in front by 1, they want to at least get down the other end of the field. This will help them. It's more seconds off the clock. They restart the set after the Storm make contact with the football. The Hall. This is old school footy to start this set here for Redlands. They go direct. There's now Corey. Comes back infield. Dancing around. They don't want to give away a penalty. They've got one more touch to make. Hall loops it. They get their hands on it. The Southern Storm.
Gee, that's unlucky from the Storm. They've done very well to hold them out, but with under 30 seconds to go now, they might not get a chance at the ball again.
No, just over a minute and a half.
Ooh,
Get your glasses on, Dougie boy.
I do need my glasses. Don't tell the players that.
Yeah, it's not good when a referee can't see properly. One of the best refs we got up here in the commentary box tonight, Doug Mackey. Just over 60 to go. Jacob Hall off the left foot. And he gets in away. Ben Ross is claiming the touch. To no avail. Redlands will get the win.
No, this is disappointing for the Storm. Just in the last couple of minutes, they've just dropped off the effort. Yeah, I think the onside player was late to the ball. Late to the touch, I should say. So, yeah, disappointing outcome here from the Storm. They've really taken it up to a much more experienced side, and they've competed well.
It's been a frustrating start to the season for them. We saw this last year as well, really competitive in matches, but just couldn't quite get themselves across the line to pick up some victories.
Yeah, just that failure to execute, unfortunately, for the Storm, and that's just a slight lack of experience. Penalty. It'll be all academic in the end as Redlands wraps this one up, but a valiant effort from the Storm boys. A great game to watch too.
Yeah, it was an exciting match. Redlands get the job done in the end. Final score 8 tries to 6. We'll take a look at the try scorers from both teams. Hat-trick of tries for Ben Thompson, 2 to Drew Price, 2 to Zach Griggs on the other side of the fence. But Redlands get the victory and they go 3-0 to start the season. It's been an impressive start for them as they look to defend their crown here in 2025. Thanks for your company tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back here again live next week on Friday night here at Metro Cup. We'll see you then.
We're the Brisbane Metropolitan Touch Association, a touch football competition at Brisbane's best location. We're Australia's largest touch football operation and everyone can play, no discrimination. A legacy dating back to 1973. Who could have guessed what this club could be? Intro through to rep programs, 800 teams a year, major events and those who just come for a beer. We're players, we're coaches, we're administrators, we're volunteers, we're referees, we're coordinators. We range from 4 to 75 years of age and we play together on the same stage. BMTA Mustangs, we're one herd, the home of touch football. Haven't you heard? White Sill Reserve in the heart of Camp Hill, from the heat of summer through the winter chill. Beginner to advanced, we are a community. You can play too. This is your opportunity. It's the fun, the fitness, the culture, the friends. 6 nights a week, touch never ends. It's the run, the step, the pass, the try. And it all stems from our why. People, place, performance is what we're about. BMTA is touch football, day in and day out.